जानो बायोलॉजी दिल से। Today we will discuss the living world. It's also important chapter in class 11th. So it starts with this chapter today. Before directly going into this chapter, there is some brief idea of this chapter. In this chapter, we will learn about the living organism, how they survive, what is their character of the living organism. Okay, so if we think where we can get the living organism, so the living organisms, they are present everywhere, from the hot spring into the mountain ranges. They are present abundantly everywhere, from the small minute organisms to large macroscopic organisms, from prokaryotes to eukaryotes. A varieties of the organisms are present in our world. Okay, got it? So now question is that the living means which organism have some life. So these living organisms have some basic characters. So let's know that what is that basic characters of those living organisms. So first things is cellular structure. Second, metabolism. Third, growth. Fourth, reproduction. Fifth, consciousness. Okay, so first let's start with the cellular structure. So class students, you already know what is the cell. Yes, you are right. Cell is a structural and functional unit of the all living organisms. That means those are the living organisms. In their body definitely we will get cell. इसके मतलब जो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स है, सारा लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स के अंदर में सेल पाया जाता है. नाउ एज वी नो, द सेल इज द स्ट्रक्चरल एंड फंक्शनल यूनिट ऑफ द लाइफ. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब है, इफ वी लुक इनटू द ऑर्गेनिज्म, so what is the inside the organisms, what is the building block of the organisms? Yes, you are right. So the building block of the organism is the cell. That means cell जो है वो बॉडी का बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक तैयार करने में मदद करता है. That means these are the building blocks. That means that's why the cell is structural unit. Now question is that why the cell is also a functional unit of life. क्यों होता है? Because एक ऑर्गेनिज्म के अंदर में जो सेल जो फंक्शन परफॉर्म करता है, that is the function of the entire organism also. That's why the cell is also functional unit. Got it? Why the cell is called as a building block? Because organism के अंदर में जितना भी बॉडी पार्ट्स है, सारा बॉडी पार्ट्स सेल से तैयार किया गया है. नेक्स्ट, why the cell is functional unit? एक सेल का जो सम फंक्शन होता है, that is the also function of entire organism. Got it? So that's why the cell is the building blocks and structural unit, and that's why the cell is also functional unit of living organism. Now, can we say the cell is, or the cellular structure is the defining features So defining features means that this cellular structure present only in living organism or it is also present in non-living organisms. So we can tell any character as a defining features if it possesses two character. If it is possess two character, like एक कैरेक्टर को हम लोग डिफाइनिंग कैरेक्टर बोल सकते हैं तब जब ये दो क्राइटेरिया फिल करता है. What is those two criteria? First of all things, it is present in all living organism and if that character not present in any non-living organism. So cellular structure is defining features or not? Yes, cellular structure is defining features of all living organisms. Why? Because cells are present in all living organisms, starting from the prokaryotes to eukaryotes, unicellular organisms to multicellular organisms. The cell is present in all living organisms. Okay, but the cell is not at all present in non-living organisms. So that's why the cellular structure is the defining features. Got it? That's why the cellular structure is defining features. So let's move into the another characteristics of the living organisms, that is metabolism. So what do we understand by the metabolism? Okay, so this metabolism words, if come from first Greek word called metabol, So what does it means by this metabolism? एक्चुअली हम लोग बॉडी के अंदर में देखेंगे तो जितना सारा केमिकल्स है, सारा केमिकल्स हम लोग का बॉडी के अंदर में सिंथेसिस होता है. It is formed inside our body, and it is same few chemicals they are also transforming into one form to another form. That's called as metabolism. Got it? Once again, all chemicals are found inside our body. They got synthesized inside our body only, and chemicals can transform into one form to another form. So that is the concept of the metabolism. That means what happens? The chemicals found inside our body where it is formed inside the body only, and that synthesized chemicals they can transform into one form to another form. That is the concept of the metabolism. Now question is that this metabolism is defining features of the living organism or not? Yes, you are right, my students. This metabolism is also a defining features. Why? Because as I told, if the criteria fulfill two criteria, then only we can tell that features is defining features. So इसके मतलब क्या है? Metabolism found only in all living organism and This metabolism is completely absent in all non-living organism. So this cellular structure is also a defining features, and this metabolism is also a defining features of the living organisms. So let's move to the another point, that is the growth. Now what is this growth? सब तुम लोग देखा है कि एक छोटा सा बच्चा धीरे धीरे बड़ा होता है, एक छोटा सा प्लांट धीरे धीरे बड़ा होता है, क्या है? That is growth only. But how can we explain? So the growth is irreversible process. It is irreversible process. So what does it mean? It means that once organisms attains the growth, it is permanent. It can't be taken back. एक आदमी लंबा हो जाता है 6 फुट का, अब ग्रोथ नहीं होने के वजह से ऑर्गेनिजम्स का हाइट और आदमी का हाइट 2 फुट नहीं हो जाता है. So that's why it's a irreversible process. Now question is that this growth, okay, this growth is defining features of the living organism or not? Okay, we have to understand this. So now this growth, so the growth is not a defining features of the living organism. Okay, why? Because the growth is found in living organism also and non-living organism also. So how does it mean? It means that if you think about the human beings, if you think about any animals, if you think about any plants, how their growth occur? Their growth occurred internally. Their growth occurred internally. How it is possible? Suppose this is a cell, and inside the cell, by the process of metabolism, different chemicals, different nutrients like carbohydrate, protein, fat, it will synthesize, and due to that one, the size of the cell, it will increase. So that's why in the living organism the growth is internally, but where in the non-living organism the growth is externally. How it is possible? Think about a mountain or sand dune. So they are also growing. Okay, we know already still now the Mount Everest is growing. So if you think about this is a mountain or sand dune, it is also growing, but how it is growing? If you think about the sand dune, over this sand dune, another layer of sand, it will get deposited continuously. So as a result, this sand dune will also grow. But now student, tell me, this internal growth and external growth is similar? Definitely not. Why? Because here the growth took place internally and here the growth took place externally. Because why? Because here the sand get deposited in the outside of this mountain, in the outside of this sand dune. Sand or soil, it's not get deposited inside this mountain or inside this sand dune. That's why in the non-living organism the growth is externally, and the living organisms the growth is internally. Now you tell me, students, the growth is a defining features or not? Definitely not. Why? Because in the living organism also the growth is present, correct? And in the non-living organism also the growth is present. So that's why the growth is a non-defining features of the living organism. It's not a defining features of the living organisms. Got it? Clear?